Welcome back to Geometry, the video 411.3b. Today we're going to look at the surface area of cones. Yesterday was pyramid, today will be cone. So a cone is a solid that has one base, which is a circle, and a vertex that is not in the same plane as that base, so above it or below it or to the left or right or whatever. So the base of a cone is always a circle. In a right cone, the altitude is a perpendicular segment from the vertex to the center of the base. So again, just like yesterday, we're going to have two different heights going on in this picture. We're going to have the height of the cone itself, which is the altitude, which is from the center of the circle straight up. Okay, that's a great thing for another day. For right now, we don't want that. We want the slant height, okay, which is a little bit further down the screen here. Let me show you. There we go. So with slanted height, okay, it's the same exact idea. It's the distance from the vertex and then kind of tracing the outside all the way down to the bottom. So this cursive L for lateral height or slant height, that's the one that we want for surface area. Okay, the inside height is great for volume, but we're not doing volume yet. Then the lateral area, half the circumference of the base times the slant height. The surface area is the entire surface of the cone. So here's where we have the formula that we're going to need and want here. So the lateral area of a right cone is half the product of the circumference of the base and the slant height of the cone. So what's happening here, okay, is half the circumference, okay, half the circumference. Well, circumference is 2 pi r, so half of 2, those are just going to cancel each other out. So yesterday with a pyramid, it was 1/2 PL, okay? Well, now it's 1/2 of the circumference, which is the 2 pi r. So this 1/2 and this 2 are just going to cancel each other out. So what's going to happen is we're going to have pi times r times L as the one you want to write down in your notes. So the lateral area, kind of the snow cone wrapper, that's your pi r L, okay? Then the surface area of the cone is LA plus B, but we can do better than that. So this is going to be, the surface area is going to be LA, but LA is pi r L, and capital B, well, this is a circle, so it's going to be pi r squared, the area of that base, pi r squared. So this is the best formula for surface area of a cone, pi r L plus pi r squared. So that's the one that you would want written down. So the only two things that ever change in that are R and L. That's about it. So let's move on. What is the surface area of the cone in terms of pi? Meaning don't put the pi in the calculator. Okay, one thing you want to make sure of first is that you have L, okay, not H. We'll talk about what to do if you have H next, but it's the same as yesterday. We'll fix that the exact same way. So if L is 25, we have a radius drawn in of 15. So we're going to do the surface area. Okay, pi r L plus pi r squared. We're going to do in terms of pi, so that's not going to make it into our calculator, just the 15s and 25s. R we said was 15, L is 25, plus pi times 15 squared. That's what we're going to try to reduce down and get simplified as much as possible. Okay, so again, in terms of pi, so just do the 15 times 25. This is 375 pi plus 225 pi, which should be 600 pi. Okay, we're leaving it in terms of pi, so we're not going to put that part in. Surface area equals 600 pi square centimeters. That's the surface area of that cone. Okay, if there's not a picture, that's not a problem. I have a very generic picture on this one, but it's not labeled. We can label it, or we could just go straight for the formula if we wanted. It says the radius of the base of a cone is 16, so that's what would go right here. And then the slant height is 28. So we have the two things that we need. This is R, this is L, and we just need to do pi r L plus pi r squared and go from there. So the surface area, in terms of pi, pi times r times L plus pi times r squared. Okay, so 16 times 28 is going to give us 448 with a pi after, plus 16 squared is 256. So our surface area, when we add these, we just do the 448 plus the 256. We leave pi and out of the calculator, and we just put it at the end. So 704 pi. This is in square meters, and we are done. Pi RL plus pi R squared. Okay, if they give you the wrong height, we can talk about that. So if there's the wrong height, this one just says, for this one, that's the funnel, it just says LA. So LA, we want to do pi times R times L. So we want to do pi times R. Okay, well, the diameter is 80. That means that the radius is 40. And then times L, but we don't have L. We've been given the wrong height. Okay, this is 45. H equals 45. What we want is L, and we're going to solve that or fix that the exact same way as yesterday with Pythagorean Theorem. So if 40 is the radius and 45 is H, what we're going to do is to find L, we need 40 squared plus 45 squared equals L squared. And we need to solve that to get our slanted height. So 1600 is 40 squared. 45 squared is 2025. Okay. So you're going to add those together and get 3625 and take the square root. And get a decimal, but that's fine. 60.21 is what I'm going to go with for now. Once we have 60.21, that's what goes over here. This one didn't say in terms of pi. It didn't say either way. So when it doesn't say, I still kind of like to do in terms of pi. So do the 62.21 times 40. So that's 2,408.4 pi square millimeters. Okay, or we can just do times pi as well, and that would be 7566.2 square millimeters. It didn't say how to round. We didn't do the capital B for this one because it didn't ask for that. It just said LA. The next one asks for both LA and SA, so that's what we'll do. Okay, this one says, what is the LA and SA of the cone? So LA is pi RL, okay, and then they're going to ask for SA eventually, which will be LA plus B. So here we go. So we have pi. R is going to be 2 this time. And we have the wrong height. Okay, 5 is pointing to this height, which is H. Okay, so 5 equals H. We need to get L. All right, so if we need to get L, that's what we're going to look for here with Pythagorean Theorem. So we know that, so to get that L, I need to use Pythagorean Theorem. So I know that 2 squared plus 5 squared has to equal L squared. Okay, so this is 4 plus 25. So the square root of 29 would be like the exact thing to put in your calculator if you wanted to avoid rounding. But we'll just get a decimal for it here. 5.39 is going to equal L. Okay, so that's what goes here. So then that times 2 is going to be, and then times pi is going to be the lateral area, 10.78 pi. That's LA. So that's one of our answers. Okay, then we can get B, which is pi r squared, which is pi times 2 squared, which is 4 pi. And then to get surface area, we're just going to add those together. Surface area equals 10.78 pi plus 4 pi, which is 14.78 pi. That would be a good enough answer in square feet. Okay, or you could do 14.78 times pi and get about 46.4 4 square feet. So if you have the wrong height, that's how you deal with it. Okay, I'm going to have you add one problem to these notes. Composite shape. So we've had one like this in a previous lesson, but it's a cylinder on the bottom with a cone right on top of it. So why don't you click pause right now and draw this picture. You have tons of space at the bottom of that page. So draw that in, and then when you're ready, click play. All right, so you should have this one drawn in. So like we said, it's a cylinder on the bottom, and it is a cone on the top. So you gotta realize, here's what you gotta know. This right here, it's like the top of the cylinder and the bottom of the cone. That's not on a surface. That's not on the outside. So what is on the outside, okay, is kind of this piece, which is this lateral area of the cone. So I need that. Okay. And then this piece, which is kind of the lateral area of the cylinder, I gotta get, which we have a formula for. And then this base on the bottom, okay, capital B. So the area of the circle on the bottom. Okay. So those three pieces are what we need to add together. So the lateral area of the cone, that part's not so bad. Okay, the formula for that is pi r L. Okay, they gave us L. Okay, and R is right here as well. So they gave us R of 3. So we have for the pi r L, we have pi times R of R of 3 times L of 4.5. So altogether, that's just 3 times 4.5 times pi. I'm going to leave it in terms of pi until the very end. So this is 13.5 pi. Okay, that's a number for later. Okay, the lateral area of the cylinder, okay, that was from 11-2 when we learned cylinders. Okay, it was 2 times pi times r times h. Okay, so r is 3. H is the height of the cylinder. That's 6. Okay, so 2 times pi times 3 times 6 is what we're doing. So this is 36 pi. Okay, and then we need the area of just that bottom base. That's the only base that is showing. Pi r squared is the area of a circle. So pi times 3 squared, so 9 pi. So those are the three things we need to add up. We got to get the total surface area. So the surface area of this cone on top of the cylinder is 13.5 pi plus 36 pi plus 9 pi. Okay, so 36 plus 9 plus 13.5. So that would give us 58.5 pi square feet. That's our exact answer. Okay, we could do that times pi and get an approximation, 183.78 feet, square feet. Okay, so I just wanted to do one like that because you'll have one like that on your assignment. Okay, thanks for watching. Now you know how to do the surface area and lateral area of cones. Have a great day.